What's good, everybody? It's Coach Phil with Coach Phil Reacts, and I am back with another video. So, after watching that debacle with my Rough Riders against Montreal, I decided I wanted to clean my palate a little bit. And one thing I was going to do the other day when we hit 1K was I was going to do a 1K Q&A. And you guys sent me questions on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, Coach Phil Reacts. And on Instagram, Coach Phil 425. Little plug. And I kind of got busy, you know, and started having a little liquid libation and fell asleep early. So I decided I'm probably going to go ahead and do the Q&A. Now, I got some questions. I'm going to do as many as I can right now. You know, I don't want a video to be super duper long, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So if you're new to the channel, run over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. And before we do anything else, thank you. Thank you for everything you guys have done. I appreciate y'all. We hit our goal before the end of the summer. I'm very appreciative of that. And now we are on to the next goal. Next goal, let's hit 2K. And after that, we hit 5K. We hit 10K. We are on our way. So, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Let's get to this. All right. First question. Let me pull it up real quick. And people ask me questions on my Discord as well, too. So, let's tap into Discord questions first. There was a lot of them. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a lot of them. And some of them were just out. Crazy ass questions. So let's start with something simple. All right. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time, and who is your favorite active wrestler, and what is your favorite wrestling show? So we'll start with my favorite wrestler. Whew, that is a tough one. There's so many wrestlers. I mean, I love just wrestling in general. The history and everything of it. You know, I go way back to the golden era. I go to the 70s. You know, there's different people. Also modern. But I grew up obviously during '94 Attitude Era, and then I was in the Ruthless Aggression era. Kind of dropped off in the PG era a little bit, but came back. I would say if we're talking like the '90s, obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, if we're talking WWF, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. If we're talking WCW, that's a little more tricky because you got Sting, Booker T, you got Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, obviously Scott Hall. The list goes on and on. Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously for WWF. It's pretty obvious also. Y'all know I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan. I done super kicked my chair so many damn times thinking I was Shawn Michaels, and yeah, I would go with Shawn Michaels. Razor Ramon, obviously. Chico, the God rest his soul, Scott Hall. Razor Ramon, obviously. Diesel. There's a lot. It took me a little while to get into The Rock. My cousin loved The Rock. I mean, he had a poster of The Rock. He had everything The Rock in his room. Just The Rock took me a little while to get used to him. Long list of wrestlers, man. Long list. But obviously, Stone Cold, you know, Shawn Michaels. Those are my past, you know, favorite wrestlers. 2000s. Ooh, that gets a little tricky. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. This is not like in a top particular order, but Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio. I mean, Rey Mysterio stepping out the stage. Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Like, come on, what kid didn't love that? Batista. It took me a while because I hated him this one so much, but as I got older, I learned to appreciate him and nothing but love for him. Triple H, the best heel in the business for years. Just you learn to hate Triple H, but later on you learn he's a really cool guy. I'd say also, you know, John Cena. John Cena, obviously, you know, Dr. Thugonomics. Who else? Then we get to like, oh yeah, Chris Jericho as well. Chris Jericho. Then we get to the 2010s. CM Punk. Come on now, CM Punk. There wasn't that many guys in the 2010s I was like crazy about, but like it was CM Punk all the way. Daniel Bryan as well. Even the women wrestlers. Loved Bayley. Bayley was one I really loved. There was a few, but that's 2010s. Now we're talking modern wrestling, like modern day today. You have to go with, obviously, love Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega. all day, every day. Kenny, Young Bucks. Love me some AEW. Cody Rhodes. Cody making his comeback to WWE was amazing. Current wrestling as well. Seth Rollins. Seth effing Rollins. Roman Reigns grew on me. The Tribal Chief. There's so many people, man. I just can't name all of them. Adam Cole. MJF's grown on me. Who else? There's just so many people, man. There's just a list. Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy had one of my favorite moments recently where he ran across the stage on AEW TV, and I think it was it's their main show. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've watched AEW. I follow along with it, but there's so many doggone shows I can't keep up. But there was one where he ran across the stage and jumped Chris Jericho, and all you see was like this blur going across the screen. It was funny. Let's go with Orange Cassidy in that one. Darby Allin as well. Love Darby Allin. There's so many guys, man. So many damn guys. But that's my wrestlers I really love the most, man. Oh, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes Tour 85. Man, big ups to Dusty, man. Dusty Rhodes got me through some really, no pun intended, hard times, man. I watched that Hard Times promo forever, and I still do to this very day. Love the Hard Times promo. All right, that's wrestling. Let's see, next one. Do I watch any other sports? Yes, basketball, baseball. I am a sports person. I love sports. I went crazy with the NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy freaking buckets, man. I love Jimmy Butler, man. He personifies hard work, dedication, everything. Someone asked me also, do you watch a lot? Who's your favorite NFL players? And that list is long, NFL players. But just to name a few, Shannon Sharp, Unc. You gotta love Unc. A lot of people only know Unc from being on Undisputed and CBS and all that, but Unc was a baller. Unc, Greg Lloyd, Ray Lewis, my favorite player of all time, hands down, man, Steve Air McNair, God rest his soul. Great quarterback, and first black quarterback to win the MVP. What can you say? It's hard to really say NFL, just like, because you got to break it down position wise, and we just ain't got all the time in the world for that. But one day I'll break down all my favorite players of all time, man, because it's very position specific. And it's a lot. Okay, baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. all day, every day. Griffey, Barry Bonds. Man, I really could go down a long ass list of baseball players. I mean, for me personally, like at night, here's a little secret about me. I sleep with the TV on, and I watch old games that I really wasn't able to see as a kid. I'm a history buff. I love history. Another thing about me, I love history. I love history class when I was in school, even still to this day when I'm in college now. History just always fascinated me, and so going back and watching games and understanding where we came from to where we are now, that's just me personally. What else? I like hockey. Hockey took me a little bit. I like soccer too, grow on me over time. Sports wise, that's pretty much it. Like, that's what I watch in a nutshell. Okay, next question. What got you into YouTube? I've told the story before, but for you new subscribers, I was originally going to go to a Seattle Sea Dragons game. My birthday, this was 2021, I believe. Yeah, 2020, and we were going to play the Guardians, the New York Guardians, and like 4 days before the game, it got canceled and we went into lockdown. And I had a lot of time on my hands. I didn't get to go to work. We kind of everybody else shut down, whatever. I was home. And kind of just had a laptop and was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to do it. People have been recommending me to do it and telling me, you should do it. It'd be funny, whatever. And I got into it. I did my first video. Ironically, my first reaction was to Flight Reacts. I love Flight. Shout out to Flight. Just funny as hell. And I didn't even make it through the full reaction. And then after that, I kind of just did little random things. And then I came across doing a Derrick Henry reaction. I got 30K views on it. And then I cracked open and did a CFL highlight video. And then boom, it just happened. And look where we are now. Okay, let's see. Next question. What's your favorite food? Favorite? It depends. Favorite food, favorite meal. First of all, anything I can put Johnny's seasoning salt on. I can't deny that. I love Johnny's. I love Slap Your Mama. But I'm a carnivore. I love steak. I just had my first tomahawk steak recently, and loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Shrimp, lobster tail. I'm bougie when it comes to my seafood, but that's just me. Let's see what else. I'm a fruit person. I love frozen strawberries from the grocery store that's in a cup. You can get it with the syrup and all that. I will eat that all day, every day. I'm not really a sweets person. I do like ice cream. Depends. Like I love like Ben and Jerry's, like the fudge chocolate ice cream. I'll tear that up. I like pie. I am a pie person. If you know, you know. I love cobbler. I love peach cobbler. I like Berry pie. I like berry pie. Apple pie, one of my weaknesses, with some ice cream. Oh my god. And same with cobbler. Peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream. Bruh, this is why I got a dad body, man. And poontang pie. But anyway, the devil is a lie. Next question. All right, let's see. Next question. What is? Oop, messed up. What is? What's it like being a dad? Okay. To be honest, I love my kids. I love my kids to death. I love my kids, man. My kids get on my. It's not really my daughter. It's my son. My son is and people think I'm mean when I say this about my son, but he know it's tongue in cheek. It's jokes. It's my son is a heathen. My son is everything like me. And that old saying your parents tell you, you don't know what it's like to have a kid until you see your kid and like they're 10 times worse than you were growing up. My son is that amplified. He is a migraine. He's a finesser. My son is he's shiesty. He's competitive, but he is and I blame my parents for this. He's spoiled. He's spoiled rotten. And my relationship with my kids are two totally different things. Like my daughter, I people that know me personally, but I'm not afraid to share. I adopted my daughter, and so I adopted my daughter when she was 5, and from relationship with my son's mom, we had our son, and I adopted her. It was what it was. My daughter has kind of really we've been through a lot together, up and down, craziness, all that, but that's my baby. That she's about to be a senior in high school. God, I'm getting old. Jesus Christ. But my son is a doggone heathen, and being a dad has been a journey. It's been wild. It's been crazy. It's been a lot of trials and tribulations. A lot of learning on the job. Because originally I didn't really know if I wanted to have kids. I did not know. I was young. I had my son at 18. I didn't know what I was doing, and it was what it was. And we've grown together. I wouldn't say we grew up together, and I hate that saying, but we grew, and now we older, and it's what it is. So dad life is crazy, but you just learn to have a healthy balance in what you do. The other question was, how'd you get into coaching? So I haven't really shared the story, but I'm gonna share it with y'all. I was a senior in high school, and in training camp, 2-a-days, in long dog ass days, we were doing a drill, and it was on the sled, the offensive line, because I was playing, helping out over there on the offensive line, and I tore my ACL. I had torn my ACL during basketball like a year prior, and I was doing something on the sled. I was fooling around doing something stupid, whatever, and my knee started popping, and I didn't know what the hell the noise was, but it felt like I knew what it was. I had torn my ACL 2 years prior, and had ACL, MCL surgery, and this time I had to have ACL, MCL, and LCL surgery. And my high school coach, He kind of got in my ear and was like, "You'd be a great coach. You know, have you thought about doing that?" And I was like, "I've heard things about doing that, but I didn't really know if I wanted to." And one thing led to another, and I just got on the journey, and I was a slacky, you know, a slap ass, doing stuff while I was recovering from knee surgery. I was doing manager stuff like jerseys and water and setting up stuff and whoopty wompty, all that stuff. And I had to recover, and it was weird. It was a weird transition. And once I graduated, I was all in, and I haven't stopped. I had a conversation with my kids, and I was like, Daddy's going to do something that might take a little while for there to be some success, but if you guys believe in me, we'll have more than you ever could imagine. My kids have never complained. My kids have never been like, Dad, why you got this? They've embraced it. They loved it. It's all they know. They know when Dad's got to go to practice. They know Dad's schedule. They know it's year round and it's a commitment. And it's been fun. It's been a really fun ride coaching. Another question I had. Someone asked me, it was funny. This was a funny one. What type of movies do you like, or who's your favorite comedian? Movie wise, it's been a long time since I've really kind of like sat and watched movies. I'm not really as I've gotten older, I really haven't sat and watched a good movie in a while. Mr. 3000, one of my favorite movies. Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. Friday Night Lights. One of my childhood favorite movies is Kingdom Come. LL Cool J, Whoopi Goldberg, Vivica Fox, all that. Go check it out. It's a hilarious movie. It's one of the movies, if you know me, you know I can quote that movie front to back, side to side. It was an early 2000 movie. It's hilarious. My favorite comedian, it's a no-brainer. It's Bernie Mac. If you know me personally, you know Bernie Mac is one of my idols. Bernie Mac was kind of like the first person. Like, I've never been a person like you have idols or people you look at, because you know you got to be your own person. But Bernie Mac, I'll say, was one of my idols. I remember being a kid Friday night, sitting in the living room with my mom watching Fox, and 8 o'clock the Bernie Mac show came on, and I had seen the Kings of Comedy. I had seen him on Moesha. I had seen. It wasn't until I got older when I finally saw the Def Comedy Jam when I was like in high school. You know, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. You know, and it's always been that way. Huge Bernie Mac fan. A couple days ago, it was the anniversary of him passing. I remember where I was and what I was doing when he passed away. I can quote damn near every Bernie Mac quote he's ever made. I've read his book. Bernie Mac was the man that taught me how to be a dad, and I took a lot of the principles and things that he talked about on his show. It's tongue-in-cheek, but there was some truth, and I always wanted to be like that. I didn't have my dad in my life growing up, and so kind of had to live vicariously through that, and it's paid off. A lot of the things that Bernie talked about, and that's one of my favorite comedians of all time. Robin Harris. There's a lot of people. D.L. Hughley, love D.L. Hughley. Mike Epps, Richard Pryor, obviously. There's just Martin Lawrence. So many funny people. I can't even name half of them, but it's off the top of my head right now. But there's a lot of them. Right, so I'm gonna do 2 more questions that I know off the top of my head that people have asked me. One person asked on Twitter, or X, or whatever Elon Musk is calling it now, what is the ultimate goal for you with YouTube? What is it you want to do with it? And I think it was Bill Ballsy. It was on Twitter, so I probably get your name wrong, sir, but this is for you. He asked me what's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal for YouTube, for me, and what I do on this channel is I want to be able to bring exposure to leagues or just teams, or just get word out there about places that it's not always just about the NFL. Like, I love the NFL as much as everybody else, but you know, there's other things out there. There's other leagues, other players, you know, that are gifted and talented, that it's just because it's the numbers game in the NFL, they didn't get a chance to shine. So that doesn't mean they're less than. But I love to be able to share also just my love for the game. I love to be able to share like that part of me, that piece of me, and leave it as a stamp. Whenever my time is, whenever it's time for me to go, I want to be able to leave some and everybody look back and be like, he was funny. He laid it all out there for everybody. He told it like a T.I. is, and he never he just was him, and that's something that I feel like is kind of like my portfolio, you know, my lasting impact on this earth for y'all. And it's been fun doing it. The last question I want to answer: what do you want to do with coaching? You know, I took a year off this year because I went back to school to get my degree in elementary education and become a teacher. I wanted to get back into coaching after I finish my degree, which should be in July of 2024. I want to go as far as I can with coaching. I would love to coach at the college level. NFL is the NFL. It's what it is. You know, if that happens, Lord willing, cool. But I would love to be able to coach in college football. I would love to be able to coach in the CFL. I would love to be able to coach just in general, high school level, whatever the case may be. I love to coach. But college would be the highest. CFL, obviously, you know, one day, hopefully, you know. But right now, for me, it's being a teacher and coaching as well, doing YouTube and just being a dad. And that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. Is what we do. So I got one more question someone asked me. How do you handle your mental health? I don't really talk about it a lot. I kept that to myself personally. I'd say I try to be honest with myself. I try to have a really good support system around me, even though I'm stubborn and I don't always kind of like talk about how I'm feeling. I'm learning how to be more open about where I'm at emotionally and mentally, and just admitting when I need help and I need someone to vent to. So it's hard for me to do that, but I'm learning and I'm taking steps to be better at that. And confide in people, because I don't trust people a lot. I'm very like, okay, let's be real. So when I'm on camera, I'm very open, honest, whatever. Privately, I am more to myself. I'm more like, what you see on camera is what you see, but off camera, I'm more like to myself in my thoughts. I'm very chill, very relaxed, very, you know, calm with a lot of things. I'm still unpredictable. I'll do whatever I want, but I'm more guarded. I'm a very guarded person. I've learned that, and I've made my mistakes in life. You know, I'm not perfect. I am not a perfect person. I don't want y'all to ever think Coach Phil is perfect. I've made my mistakes. I've had to live and learn. I've been through a lot. I've been there, done that, you know, and I push to be better mentally. I push to be stronger emotionally. I'm not a super duper like religious person. I believe in God, you know, he's there, you know, me and him got a very funny relationship, but it's what it is. And I go to therapy, I do my thing, you know, and first thing I would say to do is just admit that you need help, and don't be a person that's just in denial, and just get the help you need, man. Admit that you need help. Everybody need help. I can't stand people that sit there and be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. How you know that? Are you me? Do you know? Type shit. So that's how I deal with it. You know, I've learned to kind of talk about it more when I'm ready. I'm not a person that likes to be forced to talk about something when I'm going through it. I kind of want to get the results done, and then after we'll talk about it after. But I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet and just figure it out on my man shit. And I hate when people sit there and say, oh, that's toxic masculinity and that's blah blah blah. It's like, okay, that's to you. But me as a person, I admit that I need help when I need to. I'm very in tune with who I am, and it's just what it is. What I do, maybe not for everybody, but for me, it's how it works. And I'm working on being better than what I was every single day. So that's pretty much all the questions that I feel like I can answer at this point in time right now. Some of the questions were just crazy and funny, and I'm not going to divulge all that because that's more personal. But if I've talked to you about it personally, you know what it is. And we're going to get it better, y'all. I done sat here and talked for almost 25 minutes. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. You guys have made this channel what it is. Without y'all, this channel will be nothing. And we're going to get it better, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.